One of the stocks, Sumit, that you pointed out earlier today, it's absolutely buzzing. It continues to be very close to that upper circuit level, ABB. And this is after the global parent highlighted strong India order inflows. What are the key details to focus on? This, of course, is the stock of the day.
Well, yes, it is certainly a stock of the day. It was up nearly 10% at one point of time, and a strong move that came in despite the weakness that we had seen in the market. And this was largely after its parent company reported its Q4 numbers, Q4 CY25 numbers, that is the December ended quarter numbers. Now, for the parent company, the numbers are pretty much in line to better compared to what the street was expecting. But only one key number is what the parent company gives when it comes to the India business, and that is the order inflow number. And that number for ABB India stood at nearly 49% as per the parent company. The order inflow grew nearly 49% on a YY basis. Now, this is double compared to what the analysts were expecting for the December ended quarter. Analyst estimates were anywhere between 20 to 26%. Now, if you look at based on the guidance that ABB parent company has given, their analysts are now expecting the order number to be close to 3,800 to 4,200 crore rupees for ABB India, as compared to the analyst estimates of close to 3,300 crore rupees. In fact, Nuvama was estimating the growth to be around 24%, while Nomura was expecting the growth to be around 26%, and the lowest estimate had come in from JM Financial. They were expecting a growth of 20%, but what ABB parent company has reported a growth of around 49%, which is more than which is nearly double compared to the highest estimate that was there on the street. And even if you compare with what the ABB Global has reported, the growth number for India business and the ABB India business, of late the numbers have been pretty much in sync. 7% was the degrowth that was indicated in the third quarter, while ABB India reported a degrowth of around 5% in the second quarter of CY25. A degrowth of 9% was reported, while India business reported a degrowth of around 12% in the first quarter of CY25. 1% growth is what ABB Global had reported for India, while the India business had reported 4% growth. So similar growth can be expected in the fourth quarter of CY25. Also, this growth marks the 2 consecutive quarters of decline, order inflow decline that we have seen. So strongly positive cues coming in for ABB India.
Absolutely. And so the stock is particularly in focus today.
Particularly in focus, and what's interesting is versus expectations, when the global parent is coming in giving you this kind of commentary, it's showing you that strength that would come in terms of India numbers. And I think whether a trade is warranted at this hour, knowing that what the India numbers will look like, is the question I want to ask Samir as well. Samir, I want to talk to you about ABB plus a couple of other names that Somit mentioned with what dealers are indicating. A 9% rally that's come in on a ABB on the back of the commentary from the global parent. Is it ripe to take a trade yet again right now?
So, let's be very frank, order inflow has never been a problem for ABB, right? They've had strong orders. Yes, you saw one quarter of slight degrowth, but that doesn't change anything. We believe the long-term trajectory, given the multiple products that they operate in, multiple sectors, in the power space that they operate in, the opportunity is going to be very strong. So the question now comes down to valuation. So we are not worried about growth. We are saying, where does the valuation lie? So on a trailing basis, it's trading at about 60 time earnings. I think it might have gone up after today's rally. And if we look at it on a forward basis, it was at about 54 or 50 times. So the valuations are not too cheap. So the question remains, can these high valuations sustain? And if you believe they can, and which we think can sustain, ABB does make a long-term investment. But don't buy it today because it's up 10%. Wait for a correction. I'm sure the market will give a chance.
Samir, whilst I was just taking this question with you, Somit was more interested in telling me to ask you whether a trade with any of the other cap goods companies make sense basis the commentary that we've heard from ABB, like a Siemens, Thermax, or any of the others, because that's where we will see a rub-off effect as well.
No, absolutely. So it doesn't necessarily have to mean just because ABB got a good order inflow this quarter doesn't mean that Siemens may get it. There might be a particular order which came through for ABB, which Siemens didn't get, and that's why. So you can't just assume it's going to rub off. Are we long-term bullish on this entire space of capital goods, especially those catering to the energy side? Yes, we are. We've been saying for a very long time that the energy production demand, the distribution, all of these where ABB, Siemens, Thermax, all of these guys play is going to see great traction over the next 3 to 5 years. And I continue to remain positive. Again, valuations is where we find a little difficulty. ABB closer to maybe 4,500, 5,000 is a good buy from a 2 year perspective. Wait for a correction and buy. Siemens is also good at closer to about 3,000. I think it was 3,000 yesterday. So we did have a positive view. Today it might have moved up a bit. I'm not sure what the price is at the moment, but that is something that can be looked at also from a 2 to 3 year perspective.
Okay.